What are you looking at? Come on in.
Are you happy this morning?
Do you want to go see the Lola girl? What the heck is that thing? What the heck is that big black thing?
I'm looking at you now. You like it, you don't look at you. She's watching me do some computer work. We're sending out some coffee emails and she's loving it.
Are you happy today? Yes.
Wow. Can you guys see that rain? Look at that. We're getting 30-mile-an-hour gusts right now and it's raining sideways. Welcome back to Lola's Farm. Welcome back to Panama. Last time we left you guys, we were just setting up for Farm Fest, which was the first annual festival up here on the land, and we're kind of still recovering from it. So Farm Fest just happened a few days ago, and a bunch of people camped out here and slept here. So there's been a lot of cleaning, a lot of picking up, but Farm Fest was freaking amazing. This is going to be something that we have to do every single year. We had some musicians come and play. The first guy was like this electro violinist named Denzel. And he played the sunset set, which is super important because it was like the transition from daytime to nighttime. And it was just so beautiful and so amazing, and just seeing the whole thing come together. We planned a lot of this while we were in the States, so seeing it all came together was just so awesome. We had a little over 50 people here, 50 of our friends, all to not only celebrate the new year, also to celebrate Sadie's birth, of course. Sadie was having so much fun. She was tearing it up on the dance floor. She was dancing. And we were just so happy that all of our friends got to meet her. And then not only that, but it was also my birthday. It was my 30th birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
And I never really celebrate my birthday because my birthday is January 2nd and everyone's usually too hungover. So it was awesome that all my friends here, we celebrated it on New Year's. So that was really, really fun. Farm Fest! But things are still kind of a mess here. Things are really dirty. Things need to be cleaned. We need to give this place some TLC, especially after leaving it for 5 months, but then also having a big festival here. There's a lot of stuff for us to do, and we're not gonna hesitate. We're getting started right away.
You ready to go? What do you think? Do you want to do some gardening today? Good morning, my love. Good morning, baby girl. What do you think, little Miss Sade? Huh? What do you think? So because the weather has been a little bit questionable today, there's been kind of in and out sunshine, but a lot of wind, a lot of bajareke. If you guys don't know what bajareke is, it's basically a fancy term for misty rain here in Boquete in Panama. We figured we'd spend some time indoors in the greenhouse. This place has been pretty neglected on our part. Adriana, Kake's partner, has been crushing it, focusing as much as she can on the agriculture for Lola's farm, but she can't do it all by herself. So it's time for us to step up our game. We're gonna amp this thing up and start growing as much food as possible for all of us here on the land. That has always been the goal, is to live off the land as much as possible.
I'm down under the workshop with Enrique, and we're gonna start beefing up this foundation a little bit. We built this platform, we built this metal platform when we had no idea what we were doing. We got some advice from an architect. It wasn't the best advice. And we built this platform not in the best way. Some parts on the floor are a little squishy. And because we didn't know what we were doing when we built this 2 years ago now, we're kind of chasing around some of the mistakes that we made. This is really one of the last big ones. So we need to go through and cut out these X's right here, because that's not the right way to build a platform, and do it the right way. Bien ahí. I told you guys the floor was caving in a little bit, so we need to use a bottle jack to just lift it up and push the plywood back. We've had to jerry rig a lot of stuff over these last few years, and that's what happens when you make mistakes. You gotta just kind of try and figure it out. But we've learned a lot building this workshop. Now we know for the future how to build a platform right. No. Uh-huh. Turn it back now.
Yeah, maybe. So before we get to it in here, you can see there's a whole buttload of grass that is overgrown. So
we've neglected this space kind of since we built it. And we planted a few things, but then we're just like on to other projects.
Yeah. We were so focused on Rodrigo's A-frame and the construction side of the farm that we really neglected the agriculture part. So we're just gonna take all this grass and give it straight back to the goats.
You're gonna get fat, not at all.
So Mr. Poo-Poo, Uncle Poo-Poo we're calling him now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's the device guy. He's the guy that's always, you know, up to date on the wind speeds and the weather and all of those things.
The worst wind gust we had here was 37.2 miles per hour. And today, like 37 is the worst. And today, 24, so we are not that far from the worst gust we had here.
Wow.
Is this Poo-Poo on the 8s?
This is Poo-Poo on the 8s. Something Jordan and I were just talking about last night, being back here in the windy season, is, I mean, we've seen wind before. You know, we've gone hiking all throughout Central America and been at the top of mountains and felt that insane winds. But there's something about the wind up here on our property. It's not even comparable to the wind down in town. It's so different up here. It's almost like it has this like intense energy to it. Like it literally feels like this being just like coming through and just whoa.
The grass here grows like a vine, like a thick vine, and it just kind of eats everything that's in its path. So to stop that grass from growing all the way up again, we're just putting a bunch of gravel back there. It'll probably still make its way through, but at least it'll slow it down. I just want you guys to know that today is a very big day for me. If you look right here, I got new boots. My last pair of boots lasted me 2 years and cost me $4. I don't know about you guys, but for a pair of shoes to last me more than a year is like unheard of. I beat the crap out of my shoes. Three, two, one, lift.
to do it, sweetie? Let me
Go for it.
You. Ooh,
Come on, honey.
Just getting ready to eat. I gotta say, there is nothing quite like this. Having my morning coffee and feeding my little angel baby with this view. This is just insane right now. Sade! Look at you in your headphones! With all the construction going on, it's gonna be super important to keep this little baby safe and sound. So we're gonna make sure her little sensitive ears are protected.
These guys have been working down here all day and they just finished up. Let me give you a little view on what they did. You can see this beam. This is what they put in. Before we just had this X intersecting here. And this metal for these X's is just so thin, it's a 1/16 of an inch. Really didn't bring any structural support. But this is a 3x3 steel tube that's 1/8 of an inch. And I had them go through and put it in every single X under here. So we're done now. We're done with this workshop's foundation. We've been chasing it because it wasn't done right to start. And you know the saying, like, if you don't do the foundation right, then the house is kind of set up for a disaster. So, and we've just learned so much. I mean, you can see the foundation over at Rodrigo's house. If you guys watch us build that, how much stronger it is. And then when we go to build our house in Kake's house, we know even more. And that's kind of the beautiful thing of this whole process is each house and each structure is just going to get better and better as we go.
Hey Jude, don't make that. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let it into your heart. Then you can start to make it better. So this is where we've been bringing all of our compost, is this biogas system, which I think we're gonna have to end up adding a little bit more cow poo to it, because that's what keeps it alive. So we put our compost in here, put a little bit of cow poop, and then usually what happens is this fills up with gas that we can actually use to cook with. We have a special stove that uses a special gas here. And then we have this part that excretes a liquid that we actually use for fertilizer for all of our plants. But it's not making any liquid right now because I think we need to basically bring it back to life again with some more cow poop. But here it is, the A-frame in all its glory. Left exactly how it was when we left 5 months ago. Rodrigo is gonna start with the construction on it real soon, and we're gonna be helping him out a lot too. But there's just so much. There's so much to be done. So many loose ends and just so many little projects to be done other than just the building of the houses.
We're out here hunting for poop. Hi, good girl. Got a pretty good score. This should get everything in the biogas digester going again.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Kaylee and I had a deal last night, and that was she was gonna shower, but I would let her sleep in for some extra hours. And she showered. That's such a funny, that's such a funny wager. That's such a funny like agreement. Honey, you shower.
That's pretty pathetic. It was really cold last night and really windy, and I didn't want to take a shower. I showered the day before. I just didn't want to take one.
But we were farming all day. We were like moving dirt and poop around all day.
So he said, yeah, if I would shower, then I could sleep for an extra 2 hours this morning, and he'd take Sadie.
So I tried to take Sadie, but
That did not work
she just
out.
decided she was going to be talking all morning. So I tried to get her outside. By the time that happened, Berto and Enrique are smashing on our house right now, ready to get to work.
Mama's not getting any sleep today, huh?
I didn't sleep much last night, if it makes sense. I woke up with her too. Alright, so take a measurement right underneath the shelf from right there to right there.
This one?
No,
Or like from here to there?
yeah, on the outside.
42 and a half.
Kaylee's gonna be a lot more hands-on with all the little things, like changing out a blade on a rotary saw. Now that we're going back and forth with Sade and I'm holding her now, I kind of just have to tell her each little step, but now you get to learn how to do, hey, those are my glasses.
I told you these are mine now.
Honey, those are mine.
My dad gave these to George for Christmas, but
He gave me all safety gear. He gave me a first aid kit and glasses and in gloves.
these are the coolest glasses ever.
Those are mine.
And look at, they even have side things. I'm smart. So you can smell it. Get out of here! Let's go 56.
We spent some time getting these shelves a lot stronger. We now have 1, 2, 3 installed, a lot stronger than they were. Definitely not beautiful. We got to cut off these little overhang pieces of metal and these little pieces of wood. Definitely not the most beautiful thing in the world, but this is a greenhouse. This is all about growing food, and the beautiful thing in here is going to be the plants. So now we got to stuff this thing full of soil and get some seeds in here.
That's true. You watching Dada? So we're teaching Sadie Spanish. First things first is the vowels. So Rodrigo and I came up with a little dance.
Come on, let's do it.
Ready?
Yeah.
A-E-I-O-U. 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 Just know it. Is she laughing? A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U. This is called a shovel. Yeah. Shovel in the dirt. Ooh, you see the wormies?
All of our soil here is volcanic from when the volcano across the way, Volcan Brew, was erupting. I think it was 300 years ago was the last time that erupted. It's not an extinct volcano, it's just dormant. And they say it erupts every 300 years, so we're due for, we're due. But there haven't been any signs of it erupting or anything, but we've always kind of debated with if that thing ever erupted, will we get out of here? Will we kind of just watch the show? Because we are kind of far enough away, but we'd probably get the heck out of here and get down to the beach or something. But we need a lot of dirt to fill up that garden bed, like a few truck beds full of dirt. So I'm kind of trying to kill two birds with one stone here and dig this footer for a rock wall that we're gonna build up. It's kind of gonna act as a retaining wall for all these plants. Oh, that's it. That was a lot of dirt. Look how big this garden bed is. And I had to lug all of that dirt up from down there. But it was good because I've been getting fat, and at least this was a good way for me to burn off some energy. So I did want to plant some seeds in here today, but I think I'm going to wait until tomorrow. I really want to get some of the crops going as soon as possible so we can get fresh veggies right here from our farm, and then we can get going to building stuff again while all of our plants are growing. So that was kind of top of the list. So you guys will see us getting that garden bed going on the next one, and you'll also see us working on this stone retaining wall that's going to go all right here, which is something I want to do before the rains come back. We have a few months, we have 2 to 3 months before the heavy rains come back. So this is a good thing to get done now. You sleeping? You sleeping with the babe? Alright, I'll be quiet.
Scrub a dub in the tub. We're gonna go take a tubby. Yes. Scrub a dub in the tub. I love my scrub a dub girl. Try not to get her eyeballs. Good, so clean. We're taking a tubby. So we actually have like a thing for babies that they sit in while in the tub, but that was one of those things that did not fit in the luggage, so we're waiting for it to get shipped down. So for now, we're just doing what we got.
When we installed the sink, we actually installed it with the thought of washing a baby in here. We're like, we just want a single bay, big tub so we can wash our baby in here one day. That was before Kaylee was even pregnant.
Dun, 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 dun.
You're actually excited this time.
I was excited last time.
We're watching the second episode of The Matrix. Second movie. It's not an episode. Second
marathon?
The second Matrix. Kaylee just watched the first one. She's never seen The Matrix before. And this has only been out since 2003, honey, so there's no excuses. It's been up for 20 years.
I'm loving every second of it. And we got some bomb-ass dinner going on right now. We got a babysitter.
Thanks, Rodrigo.
Sure, she's dancing.
Gracias, hermano. La velada estuvo bien chingona.
Buenas noches.
Bye.
Hasta luego.
We didn't make it through the whole movie. It was long. You can see it there.
I just gotta say.
Maybe 50% of the way.
I gotta say.
What do you gotta say?
It feels so good to be back with those guys.
And just to be back here.
It's the best. It's the best. It's our family.
This is freaking home, dude.
It is home.
We have 2 homes.
We have 2 homes.
But this is definitely a home.
Oh, Baba. She's ready for the nights.
We're way past Sadie's bedtime. It's past 9 p.m. We've drinking a bottle of wine. We're pretty tired, so this is where we're going to call it a night. Thank you guys so much for following along. We love you guys.
We'll see you guys next time.
See you next time.